It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Dig, dig, dig. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
And we have our next question coming in from Rick Minter from the Cox newspaper. Please go ahead.
My question is kind of a follow-up to Dwight's. He mentioned how the 12 cars had a good history at Daytona, particularly recently, but you also seem to run really good on restrictor plate races. Do you feel like that you've got more of an advantage in the Daytona 500 than you might have some other places starting the season out?
I don't know necessarily Daytona or Talladega. I do enjoy restrictor plate racing, and we've run well there. You know, they're working hard here with the Dodges and getting everything prepared. And I feel good going into it, and I think the shootout is what's going to be especially unique in our position, because we're going to be able to work as a team together and get geared up for that 500 where testing is limited right now. So Daytona is going to be good, you know, to hit the floor running and go out and run well, but that's not the only race here. We have 35 other races that we're going to run too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And our next question is coming in from Kerry Murphy from The Final Lap. Please go ahead.
Hey, David. Thanks so much for being on with us. Today we're all looking for content here in the off season, that's for sure. Looking toward this weekend, what country music star have you met, or do you want to meet that you know you'd be really excited about?
I don't know. It varies a lot. I enjoy country music. You know, I like guys like George Strait and Rodney Atkins and Sugarland. There's all kinds of groups and individuals. You know, I even like Taylor Swift songs. But it's neat, you know, to being able to go there and compare a lot of what they do to the racing world. And there's a lot of similarities. You know, people think of Nashville as country music, and it's the same way of here in North Carolina is racing, because you see a lot of drivers that live in the Charlotte area around here. And, you know, with both of our schedules of what country music go through on their road tours and recordings and everything, and it's the same way with our racing. So we're able to put together a fan base of what they have and what we have, and, you know, have some fun, relax here at the beginning of the year before our season gets kicked off, and, you know, get some money for Victory Junction Gang Camp and the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Looking ahead to the Daytona 500, is it going to be a little odd without all the hype and the preseason thunder leading up to the race itself this year?
I don't necessarily think so. I think, you know, when that shootout comes around and everybody rolls in Daytona, I think there's going to be more than ever of hype going on. Because I remember even before I come to this level of racing, watching the practice, getting ready for Daytona, the 500 and everything going on during January testing, and you got people bluffing and doing all kinds of stuff. But when we go down for the 500 weekend, it's going to be legit. You're going to see what teams have done their homework and who's worked very hard. And I feel all my guys here that are on the number 12 All-Tel team, along with everybody else on the Penske Racing organization, have worked hard, and we're going to have something to show for when we go back down there.
Again, thanks so much for being on with us today, and have fun this weekend.
Thank you.
We have our next question coming in from Dustin Long from Landmark Newspapers. Please go ahead.
Yeah, David, you said earlier in this that you said that you feel 09 is going to be a statement year, not only for yourself or for the team. What do you feel that statement needs to be for you on your behalf, or you know, what do you need to say on behalf of you know, to the people out there watching? What's the statement that needs to be made?
Well, I think a lot has to do with all the teams I was with before, and it's not disrespecting any of them. We're all in either I would consider B or C team environments, and I'm at an A team now, where I'm able to go out and I feel like I can win here at this organization, and they've put people around me to go win races, and just be competitive each week. That's the main thing, especially starting out for the beginning of the season. You know, we haven't worked together, but again, we have a little bit throughout the testing in the test team that I was with here last year. But as a company, you know, it's neat to sit in and hear Roger say, you know, hey, look, we need to run better, we need to do this. And they won the Daytona 500, they won Loudon Race, and a lot of owners, you know, they can't even say they've won in the last 3 years. And here's a guy sitting where two teams won, and he wants to perform better, and I like that. That's something that I want to go out and be able to show why he's hired me and why I've been able to be brought to this level, and people have believed in me, and I think this year is going to be a year for that.
You talk about kind of moving up in the organizations. I think a lot of people would look at this sport right now and probably concede that there are really 4 elite teams: Gibbs, Hendrick, Childress, and Roush. Based on those are the teams that had cars in the chase. They maybe look at maybe right now second tier with a Penske, the Ganassi DI, maybe some others, even with your wins last year. What are the challenges of bridging that gap or getting your car, your teammates' cars in the chase? How do you get from point B up to that higher level?
Well, I think a lot had to do with people, and Roger and Tim Cindric and everybody's very good at that. They've had a lot of changes here. One of the things you got to look at is you had Sam Hornish come in. He was a rookie. He was going through all kinds of new things, like a new environment, learning the stock cars, not having much experience, and he had a lot of highs and lows. You had Ryan Newman, who was here, started out the season very well, and then he knew he was leaving, and he was kind of, I wouldn't say he'd done a very good job, but he knew he was on his way out, and he was going to look to do other things. And you had Kurt there, who's on an island by himself, who's looking around like, man, I need some teammates to lean on. And him and Sam were talking, but it's like I said, Sam was learning. So, and then as a company, you know, they had management changes, they had different personnel, and I feel that, you know, through all that was a building year. You look at the end of the season of Penske and how they run, and especially with the new Dodge motor that's out, the R07. Kurt runs second there at Phoenix, was strong all day. They've had strong runs a lot of places like Charlotte, Atlanta, and those were, I think, had to do with results of how hard everybody's been working. And I know when you just look at with the state of racing and the economy and everything else, Penske Racing is strong. We're very fortunate to have 3 great partners like Alltel, Miller, and Mobil 1, and then we had AAA come on board, and they haven't released anybody here. We've been working forward to try to make the products better, and I feel that they're doing that with building us new cars and doing a lot of research and testing. And a lot of other teams are looking to just survive and stay afloat and letting people go. And I feel that's where our strength is going to be.